not know the word emo, but they do in Manhattan, Kansas. It means every man a Wildcat. And inside Bill Snyder Family Stadium, virtually every man, woman, and child is a Wildcat and loves Kansas State. What a showdown we have in store. A couple of Big 12 teams squaring off in what could prove to be a huge game. As we'll see, the TCU Horned Frogs taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Kansas State Wildcats. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Horned Frogs will put total leather to crank us up. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Kansas State's offense will go on the attack first. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this.
He's going for it all. That was an eyelash away from being picked off, and that is not the way to set the tone with a near pick on your opening drive. It's been a rough start for these guys, and you look down the schedule in the Big 12, there aren't many soft landing spots.
Well, no doubt about it. This team has had some bad breaks early this year in Big 12 play, but they've got to make good things happen, David. They've got to do a better job of executing offensively, defensively, and on special teams, and it's got to start today.
Yeah, finding a way to make those critical plays. Because what do you know in the Big 12? There's always going to be a lot of scoring, right? And they've come up short, but I think as you find yourself throughout the season, you got to realize, I got to build those confidence. I got to make those plays. And once you do it once, and maybe it happens today, you start to build that confidence.
Kansas State pushing the pace.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get line.
Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week, he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Thomas back to pass. He's got him. Bounced off his feet. The Wildcats are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll go to the ground. Tough sledding in there. Picks up a couple, but still needs 2 more on 4th down. Kansas State will have to punt it away. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. So the TCU Horned Frogs offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And the heart of this team clearly rests on the offensive line, a group of maulers, David, who take pride in what they do.
And I think if you're a coach, you take pride. Like, it starts up front. Like, you win and lose games with physicality, and they lean on all the big fellas up front, the hog mollies, the big uglies, the most unselfish players on the field.
It's old school, man. We're in an era of college football where it's up-tempo, spread, air raid. Games are still won and lost, though, in the trenches. And because this is one of the best offensive lines in all of college football, that is a huge advantage this offense takes into each and every game.
Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3.
Well, this defense knew coming into the game they were going to see the option, and they didn't know exactly how it was going to look specifically. They've seen it a few times early in this game. They've given up some yards, but it looks like they're... now, guys, and we know they've got speed. They can go sideline to sideline. Really nice job that time. Getting Hats over to the football, getting to the pitch man in the perimeter of the field, and getting him down on the ground.
Wants to throw on third down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down.
And I like the aggressiveness on third and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's fourth and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
So we're scoreless, their first drive of the game, and this coach is wasting no time taking a gamble by going for it. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
The play-action fake. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Horned Frogs are on the move. Takes the handoff. It's Harris. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Really nice first down run, and you're seeing why this running back is an every down type back. He can run between the tackles, he can run outside, he can catch the football, he can block. This guy can do it all.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on third down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being...
And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Horned Frogs.
I think what you love about that opening drive for the offense is the balance. They were able to throw the football to set themselves up into position, and then he carries it in for the TD. You got to be able to keep defenses on their heels, and they did a nice job of that on this opening drive.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. The give on the option. Hard running there. Not a lot of movement on that one. The defense in position. Kansas State quick to the line.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Thomas looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Wide open downfield. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands.
Slips a tackle, and he's got room. Just carving up this defense and getting it down to the 24.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Gets rid of it. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete. And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board. And they'll kick it from the left side, a 44. He gets a hand on it, it's blocked. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 31-yard line. Motion from the back. Looking to throw on 1st down. That's reeled in. It's Castillo. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, this defense is going to have a plan for this tight end, especially when he lines up in the slot, because there's a lot of different routes he can run, and because of his size and his wingspan, he's very, very difficult to cover.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And with that stop, we are headed toward the end of the 1st quarter. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. On the snap, it's Harris. Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but that's why you give them that wildcat look to create an opportunity for big plays.
And that's a welcome sight. Like, this offense has really, really struggled. Bottom 50 in college football in 1st downs. So they'll take anything they can get. Nice 3rd down conversion. Let's get some positive plays. Keep it 3rd and short. Find a way to get this offense in an upward trajectory, because so far this season, they've really struggled.
The Horned Frogs trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection.
It's simple, but it's not easy. You know, you miss on these throws and you see the ball not go near the wide receiver, but a lot of times it has to do with the bottom half of a quarterback. And are his feet set, or now he can start to move towards where he wants to throw the football, and you could tell his feet weren't set and he was drifting a little bit.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. And the Horned Frogs want to move quickly. This quarterback part of their running game. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that, no gain on the play. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Gives it on the option. And he is stopped. Not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3.
It's looking like they're going to have to throw this one in now on 3rd down, David. And you know the execution just has to be spot on. Timing especially at the quarterback position here.
And thinking about the defense, they're aggressive in these situations. They're going to play man. They're going to play uptight on you. So I know.
Touchdown, TCU! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone, because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now on game day.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Wildcats really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Thomas back to pass. Back open in the middle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Wants to go up top. Quick completion on the out route. He'll take it up to the 45-yard line. They stop him and knock him out of bounds. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. Kansas State pushing the pace.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Got the first down and more. Gets away from one, finds room. Finally run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They'll mark it at the 18. Looking to pass inside the red zone. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Gets it out fast. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Now the play fake. Here comes the heat. And that one's going to be over everybody's head and incomplete. They'll play it safe and try for 3. Got to make sure they're sound in protection. They had one blocked earlier. Absolutely perfect. Now the lead is down to 11. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. Iowa steamrolled its way to victory today. They scored off turnovers, they scored on gadget plays, an all-around masterpiece that'll give the folks in Iowa City a ton of confidence. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. He stopped after getting a yard out to the 30.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now, listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
The sure hands. It's Castillo. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
Listen, nice completion, short gain. Now you get to third down. Third down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on third down, I still got that fourth down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it anyways.
We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And that 3rd down pass had some serious juice, but they couldn't hook up. The Horned Frogs send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Thomas looking to fire. Throwing right. He makes the catch. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. To the air on 1st down. Fires to the wideout. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Defense a little too jumpy there, and they got into the neutral zone too soon. So the early contact for the defense, and they'll move it up 5 yards. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You've got to be able to make that play.
Can't make the catch, and the defense will force the turnover on downs. TCU will send its offense back onto the field.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Hand off from the shotgun. They could have used a little bit more there and picked up a 3. It's 3rd and 7.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They'll get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push to get some running left.
Just too much heat that time, and they knock him down at the 31. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Not going to risk a return here. Calls for the fair catch and makes it just around the 30-yard line. Rides to the back and leaves it on the option. And you want to talk about gang tackling. Everybody on the defense run to the ball. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Thomas back to pass. Picked off. What a play to set him up. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. This offense has it with really good field position. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Right on the money. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Really nice job by the quarterback understanding I needed to throw this ball hard. Like, I got to fit it in there tight. And a nice job by the wide receiver wearing it, because he really didn't have a choice, because he was going to wear that one regardless.
Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the RPO, complete. They've got it just outside the red zone. They'll move the chains. It's at the 21. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to throw on first down. Good timing on the quick out. He's run out of bounds after the big gain, and they are in business, first and goal.
Well, it's a nice job by the receiver getting out of bounds to save some clock. You're probably out of field goal range, so you're thinking Hail Mary here at the end of the first half.
Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. So they'll decline the penalty, pleased with the results of that last play. And as the first half draws near to a close, here comes the field goal unit. It's good. He could have hit a string right in the middle of the uprights there. And now the lead is even bigger. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great scene there today in Manhattan.
Kansas State will kick it off to start things in the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Day. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Wants to go up top on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Finds his tight end. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
And the offense with no intention to draw the defense off sides. They want to run on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down. They were willing to spin that wheel of fortune in their own territory, and it paid off.
And it came up good. I mean, I think you see the aggressiveness by these offenses now, willing to go for it on their own territory, and I like it because they got it.
Well, you got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him, they have been gang tackling him, and getting a lot of penetration up front.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. Now facing a third and long. They want to throw it. They'll run the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning.
Well, the offense on third down there, they're just trying to spit the ball out quickly and see if they can get a block and get north. But the defense, really nice job getting after the catch, getting a tackle, and now setting up fourth down.
And the Horned Frogs will call on their punt team. And the ball comes to rest right there. K-State has the ball back, and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. That kind of play will get a drive started or help your field position. They've got it at the 27.
And I love the change in decision-making, right? That was a much better job. Last possession, Tried to force it in there through the interception. This possession, it's not there. Take off and scramble. Great job. You got enough athletic ability to do that. Big third down conversion by this offense.
Kansas State quick to the line. Thomas looking to fire. Makes the catch. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Working well behind the sticks on second down.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
It's caught. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. In search of their first touchdown of the game, they are on the move with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they give to the back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Trying play action. Looking for his man. Finds a man in the middle. Brought down at the 28. A chunk play. 15 yards on that one and a first down.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at them. They're right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. They'll run it from the gun. There, got some room, headed to the goal line. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Kansas State. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. TCU will send its offense back onto the field. That lead has been sliced to 7, and now they'll try to put something together here. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. Solid run on the last play gives this offense another first down. Leaves it with the running back. Stuffed almost in his tracks, but strong enough to pick up 1 to the 35. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the play fake. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Snags it down the right side. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. The Horned Frogs look to keep this drive humming. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Unloads to the wideout. It's complete. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. from the red zone, looking for a receiver. Snagged in the middle, it's Castillo. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Power football with the run. And they make the tackle, not before he gets the first down. Now let's see if they rush to the line or let the time run out here in the third. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. And the Horned Frogs will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Horned Frogs! Quick strike through the air for the score. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the 4th.
Goal line situations get practiced all the time. It's not always going to be handing it off to get it in. You're going to have to throw it. The windows are so close, like they were right there. Great execution by the offense, getting the touchdown pass on 3rd down.
Rides the back on the option to give. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. Kansas State pushing the pace.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
Thomas back to pass. Going over the top. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Got room on the return. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. TCU has it back, and the Horned Frogs go on offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Here's the handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
This senior showed some serious arm strength firing that one in for the first down. They'll give it to the back. They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
The give and tick, 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 tick. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, TCU! That one ought to give them firm control of this game, and they have gotten things going here, about to move to 4-1. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Fellas, it's gone final in a huge top 25 showdown. Here's how it went down. Oklahoma showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong, but the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. Going to be interesting to see what the fallout from this one is for one ranked team, while the other figures to get a bet